What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be taking a look at AEW Unmatched Series 3, and all I can say is join the Dark Order. Let's get right on into it. Alright, so I don't even know where to start. I love the fact that we got a whole team taking up a series. Now we're only missing Alan Five Angels, Colt Cabana, Alex Reynolds, and Preston Vance. And then the whole Dark Order is complete. And honestly, I don't think a -1 is too far behind those guys whenever they hopefully get announced soon. But I'm going to take a look at the accessories first because I want to take my time with each specific figure. Now, I will say I messed up and I put all my accessories in a bag because I opened these over the weekend. And I got the hands mixed up. I don't know who comes with what hand specifically. I can pinpoint Anna Jay's hands, apart from everybody else's, and Stu Grayson's hands. But Brodie didn't come with any extra hands. So I think we'll be able to get through here. First off, Brodie comes with the red and gold version of the TNT title that he held. I didn't get the 4-pack that was on Amazon, so this is the only way that I have gotten this title. And I think this looks good. Every iteration so far of the TNT title has looked phenomenal in my opinion. And this is no different. Then he came with a stack of papers, which you see in the Being the Elite vlogs on their channel. So he has that to throw at people. He has the rolled up papers that he can throw at your boy Evil Uno over there in the corner. Let's get into Stu Grayson's extra head sculpt. It is a smiling head sculpt of sorts, or a grimacing. I actually don't mind that a lot. I think it looks very good. Then you have Johnny Hungy, John Silver. His looks really good. He's always just so full of emotion. So I think this is a perfect second head to get for John Silver. And then we have Anna Jay. She comes with a kind of smiling head sculpt, and I think it looks really good. You know, it does her all kinds of favors. The makeup on it looks a lot better than Britt Baker's original scan did. So we'll slide all those over to the side. Evil Uno comes with a microphone. This one looks a lot better than ones prior. Stu Grayson's hands have wraps on them, as you see there. You can pinpoint it. It comes with that style gripping hand. You have the assorted fist coming from the figures. It's honestly just a bunch of different things. It looks like Anna Jay comes with a lockjaw gripping hand, like Britt Baker came with, so that's kind of weird. But it's just fist and C-grip hands and all that. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the Mac Daddies. But before we do that, I want you guys to see this custom Dark Order Championship made by my buddy Dan Turnquist on Instagram. Definitely go check him out. He made the FTW title that came with Hook. And look at the detail on this thing. If I can get it to focus. I can't get it to focus, but here it says join Dark Order. It says Rip Brodie Lee, has a Dark Order logo. Here it says Dark Order Champion with the eye with the tentacles coming out. And it repeats on this side with the Brodie Lee here on the side. This is top-notch work. I definitely recommend picking this up so you can have this with your Dark Order figures. But now it's time for the main event. Let's get into the man Brodie Lee here. This figure looks phenomenal. It's actually the first AEW figure to come with chest hair. The articulation on this is actually better than most AEW figures. Oh, well, that popped off. But it's better than most AEW figures. I will give it that. I'm all around impressed with this. The joints on these are very, very tight. These seem to have the same ratchet joint method that Series 1 had, but the skin tone on all of these looks so much better than other AEW figures we have gotten. Let me see if I can pull up. Yeah, here. We got Series 8 Jon Moxley, and he kind of just looks pale. And then you can't see it too much here, on the camera, but the skin tone on Brodie Lee and all the other Dark Order members just look 1,000 times better. Huge upgrade as far as quality goes. The head scan looks really, really good. I think that is very recognizable. It comes with the man bun sculpt. I love it. You got the Dark Order logo here on the midsection. going down to the crotch. Here on the side, it says Brodie Lee. Very good. I think Main Event Gear made this gear, and I think Davenport made it on Instagram. I just love this gear. You have all the Dark Order numbers going down on the side here. Then you have the Dark Order logo on the back of his shirt, tank. I don't know really. I forgot what this is like really styled like. This figure impresses so much. And today's review is going to be a lot different than most reviews because we're doing a whole team. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like compared next to my custom Luke Harper. Now you see he's a little bit taller. That doesn't really bother me too much. But I'm very pleased with this. And I think these two are the... I'm having some trouble making them stand here. I've got to do some paint touch up on that Luke Harper head. But I'm very, very satisfied with this. And... this is a huge upgrade. I love this. I just noticed this. The detailing on the gear here has like wrinkles sculpted into the top. Do you see that? That is insane. I love the sculpt work here on the legs. I'd love to see this leg mold for other figures. I don't know who they would do it for, but I want to see it in the future. And of course, let's go ahead and give him his rolled up paper so he can take out his aggression on the other Dark Order members. Up next, we're going to get into Stu Grayson. Now, I love, like I said earlier, that all of them come with their Join the Dark Order hands. One bad thing about this figure is mine had a really, really loose arm coming out of packaging. And there's to go with those tight joints again. See? I felt like I was going to break that. It feels like a sturdy figure, but I don't want to break that. This here, it comes in the packaging switched, or not switched, like wrapped around to the front, but it keeps falling down whenever you close his arms. So I forced it to the back, and I think it does a little bit better. Then this is the secondary head sculpt that Stu Grayson comes with, not the one directly out of the packaging. And I love this screaming head sculpt. I really want to get a custom like leather fur jacket that he wears for this figure for like backstage stuff. Very, very, very impressed with it. And he comes with this cool entrance little skirt thing. I don't want to call it a skirt. It's cooler than a skirt, but that's kind of what it looks like. But it's simple enough. You pop that off, slide that off, and then here you have his actual ring gear. And I think it looks a little weak, like, but that's what his gear is. So what do you do? It'd be cool to take the new Karrion Kross Elite that's coming out and put that little like waist wrap on this figure just to see actually how it looks, and instead of the red put some purple on it. I think that would look really, really good. But Stu Grayson looks good. Articulation is like Sammy Guevara levels of good here. Look at like this. You cannot like really complain about this figure whatsoever. Honestly, it ended up being one of my favorites probably of the set so far. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This is my favorite Dark Order figure of the set for sure, because I love the way it stands tall. Comes with cool accessories. I love the head scans on it, and I'm all around very, very pleased with it. But let's get him back into Dark Order posing with his entrance gear. I love how easy this stuff is to snap off. Go ahead and fit that down there, and that looks awesome. I'm huge into like Vikings and like Norse mythology and all that crap, and I think like this just looks cool. It fits the theme. It looks amazing, and it makes him stand out from the rest of the Dark Order members. Go ahead and do the hand fold behind the back, and then you have your Stu Grayson. Up next, we're going to get into the guy who we thought was the initial leader of the Dark Order, and that is Aew Unmatched. I really like this figure. Comes with a plethora of hands in the packaging. The head sculpt looks really, really good for a character that wears a mask. Very impressed with that. The detailing on here looks very good. All this stuff being painted. The articulation, oh my god. The articulation on it's actually really good. Leans all the way like that. Can kick up all the way up to there, which I don't think Aew Unmatched has that range of motion in real life, so I'm very impressed here. And it's just the detail work is phenomenal on this figure. I love the black boots with like the purple. It's not a tongue, but tongue. I think it looks really good. And I don't know what the torso looks like under this. You actually can't, like, apparently Evil Uno has a six-pack. I don't know what torso they used. And I don't think there's any way to really take this off, per se. I don't know what they could have done differently for that instead of it being a solid rubber piece. But it does have... Okay, there's what the bottom of the torso looks like. Sure. I don't know what you could have done differently there, but like it moves fairly well and I'm very pleased with it. The detailing on this is actually really good. I actually asked my dad, who doesn't give a crap about wrestling whatsoever, what he thought of the Evil Uno figure, and he said, or what he thought of this whole wave, and he said the Evil Uno was his favorite designed one out of all of them. So take that for what it's worth. Up next, let's get into Anna Jay. This figure actually looks really good in hand. I didn't have high expectations for it, but the paintwork on it looks really good. Once again, she comes with her Dark Order hand, which is just a huge plus. Here she is with Tai Conti, which is, you know, kind of her tag partner in the women's division. So I guess she's an honorary member of the Dark Order. Those look really good scaled up beside each other. Also, for whatever reason, Jazzwares feels the need to sculpt dump trucks onto their women's figures, which is something completely new. The joints on her are really tight also, but I think Jazzwares is like making huge steps in the right direction as far as like skin tone goes. Let's look at the up close look of the gear. Very pleased with this. I love the purple knee pads. I actually like would love to have this for like a Bobby Roode figure. I don't know why they wrap all the way around. As you see, the detail on the back of the trunks looks very good also, and you get very good like paintwork and everything. Everything looks clean from the star there. I'm very pleased with this. I don't have too big of a women's collection so far, but I think this is definitely a step in the right direction. And she comes with a choker right there, which I did not know that she actually wore. Oh, and she has a little bit of like a makeup look right there on her cheek. I don't know if you can see that, if that's going to show up. So that's a nice little touch. And I think the women's head scans are getting good. And I'm very, very pleased with this. Huge upgrade from the original Britt Baker scan and the Rio scan for sure. And last but not least, the man Johnny Hungy. Before we get into his figure, he comes with this really cool robe, which just fits really cool. On the back it says Dark Order Silver. Really good design work here. Great job on Jazzwares parts for giving us this. One thing I would really like to see is Johnny Hungy in this gear that he wore on the tribute show for Brodie Lee. I think that'd be really good. I have this custom t-shirt from Chaos Wrestling Club over on Instagram, but I'm going to take this off for the sake of the review, and we can get a better look at the figure. Now, John Silver is 5'4", but he's like built like a tank, but he's stumpy. So like they had to replicate that in figure form, and I think they did just that. Honestly, these are probably the most muscular arms we've seen from Jazzwares, and I'd like to see these on like more figures going forward. Because like, look, Jon Moxley has like little arms compared to John Silver's biceps. But that's beside the fact. I love the Dark Order knee pad here. I wish Stu Grayson came with one of those, honestly, because I think he needs just a little something under the kilt. The purple trunks. The purple trunks look really, really good, and it says silver on the back. And I'm just overall pleased with this. I got a little bit of a paint marking there on the back of this head sculpt for whatever reason. And I'm very pleased with this. I will say switching heads with this version here was very difficult for whatever reason. It wasn't fitting on the figure properly. And I'm scared I'm going to knock some stuff over if I do this on camera. Did that go on all the way? No, it didn't. Hold on one second. And there you have your silly John Silver head scan that looks phenomenal. And I think we all love that. And that's how we pictured John Silver to complete the Dark Order Wave review. I cannot wait for the other figures in the line, especially a Colt Cabana and a Preston Vance. That's going to be it for today. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and last but not least, take it easy. Thanks.